Hello, everyone, and welcome to the very first episode of the Harman Smith Show Interview Spectacular, featuring mediocre internet-based game distributor Gabe Newell.
Hello, Harman. Pleasure to be on the show. I suppose I am a much bigger fan of you than you are of me. I just finished reading Cruel and Beautiful, and it was spectacular.
Oh, thank you very much. I'm very glad to hear that. Like, lots of people have been reaching out to me about how much they love my books lately. I can't believe you, of all people, are a fan.
Well, as a businessman, it is my responsibility, my obligation to observe what my critics are saying about my company. And I have to say, I haven't really found anyone else who is willing to acknowledge Valve's very real limitations and inability to compete in certain markets. You, Harman, are far ahead of the curve when it comes to most gaming analysts.
Again, that's very nice of you to say. I've been very critical of Valve for a long time, especially when it comes to the, just almost cultish mindset of the PC gaming community. It really does feel as if the majority of your fans are kind of in this bubble where they genuinely believe that Valve controls all of PC gaming. Like somehow if they like pirate and download Nintendo games onto their gaming PC, that's somehow benefiting your corporation.
Yes, that is an unfortunate fact when it comes to the open ended nature of personal computers as a gaming platform. This idea that any one corporation is raking in the money when it comes to gaming related purchases. This idea that Valve is this dominant force in the gaming community, it is simply off base. You are the only person I have seen acknowledge that the Nintendo Switch is a far more viable platform for Nintendo than Steam is for us.
Yeah, the Steam platform just isn't really all that relevant outside of a small demographic of just enthusiasts who are just really fed up with the PlayStation and Xbox consoles, right? Like the mindset among these people seems like they've always looked down on Nintendo platforms and see the PC as like some kind of escape from the wider issues with the gaming community, right? Like every single time that there's some disaster, some game comes out unfinished or like there's some microtransaction issues, like every single time, like, oh, I'm gonna mod it on my PC.
Yes, most of our users don't seem to know that most publishers that post their games on Steam are taking measures to prevent mods from being implemented in the future. You yourself have acknowledged how Capcom have reached out to us to stop mods from being utilized with our games, but every company, especially Japanese ones, have been asking us to prevent this kind of extreme modification of their software because it so radically misrepresents what the brand actually is. Valve, I suppose, PC gaming as a whole, has been coasting along on this mindset that it is a more open-ended platform for users to do with the software whatever they wish. But with the changes in culture, with the changes in software law and the changing global standards, that is no longer possible. PC is simply not going to be as open as it was in the past.
Gabe, it almost sounds like to me that you're admitting that Nintendo Switch is by far superior to your service, your hardware, your software development.
That is exactly what I'm saying. We had absolutely no hope of competing with Nintendo from the very beginning. Our attempts at introducing the handheld gaming PC, the Steam Deck, the has been a complete and abject failure. We could not move 500,000 of these units.
500,000? Like, I was told it was more like around the 6 million mark. You're saying you've only sold 500,000 Steam Decks.
No, 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 no. We did not sell 500,000 Steam Decks. We gave them away to industry insiders, to YouTubers, to major prominent figures on the platform. The only people who own a Steam Deck today are people that we gave them to on day one.
I knew it was bad, but that bad? I'm kind of skeptical. Like, I was thinking it at least outsold the Virtual Boy. I myself have pointed out the fact that there was no way it had outsold the Wii U, right? Because I knew how big of a failure it was. So you're saying that the official statements made by Valve that the Steam Deck has been topping the sales charts on your website, on the app or whatever, is completely fake. That's what you're telling me. That it's all a lie.
That is exactly what I'm saying, Harman Smith. Not only did we not outsell Nintendo Switch, we couldn't even make the money back on our initial investment. The Steam Deck has been a complete disaster at my company. It's embarrassed us, and it has made me realize that I do need to acknowledge the current state of the gaming industry. I need to start openly acknowledging that Nintendo and its developers are far superior than what any of my people here in the West are developing here at Valve.
I mean, you came to the right show for that, buddy. I mean, I can't think of anybody who's more anti-Valve than I am. But like, really, you're just gonna throw your company under the bus like this? You're just gonna like give up? Like I don't know, man. I thought more of you, Gabe. I thought you would fight until the bitter end.
Harman, I don't have much time left. The reality of the situation is I have no ability to continue this facade. I've given it everything I have, and I could not destroy Nintendo, but I I don't want to go out like the others. I don't want to be like Sega. I don't want people crying about my platform years after the fact that Nintendo won the console war.
Gabe, what are you saying?
Everything I've worked for, everything I've done, I realize now that it was a gigantic waste of everyone's time. Instead of playing Nintendo, talking about Nintendo, being friends with Miyamoto, with Anoma, with Iwata-san. Instead, I tried to best them. I tried to be their enemy. And I respected them. I loved them. And yet, I realize now that I was simply wasting everyone's time. Goodbye, Harman.
Gabe, what are you doing? Gabe? Gabe? Gabe?